So today is our annual episode where we have to talk about luck. St. Patrick's Day. And listen, I'm blessed. I have a ton of comments on my YouTube channel, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all these different places. And you guys are amazing. 99% of the comments that I receive, you guys are supportive. You're thanking me for the message and the content that I put out there. But there's still the 1%. The 1% that is either A, negative, or B, likes to say things like, RJ's so lucky. We're going to talk about that today. We're going to see really what perspective do you have about some of the content of mine that you see, and some of the things that we've been able to create here at Titanium, and why it's not necessarily based on luck. Now, let's start with what is luck? What is the definition? Well, according to the dictionary, the definition of luck is success or failure, apparently brought by chance rather than through one's own actions. Now, let that resonate for a second. Success or failure, apparently brought by chance, that luck factor, rather than through one's own actions. Now, I have different situations or scenarios that I've written down where people have said, I'm lucky. And I kind of want to give my perspective to you guys as to how I don't think it's from luck at all. First one. This one's very common on live seller calls. That lead was a laydown. Anyone could have closed that one. Now, maybe they are correct when it is in the seller bucket of correct price and highly motivated. Anyone could have closed that one, and maybe it is lucky that that was the lead that I was calling at the time. What rarely is seen in that live seller call video or that short or that reel in which I'm closing that laydown is all of the other calls, all of the other leads that I had to call and go through to get to that one. All of the follow-up that was necessary. Here's the thing. Sometimes people look at the result and they cling to that result and say, RJ, you were so lucky on that one to get that result. They don't look at the entire process that is necessary for us to get to that result. That's where you guys need to fall in love with the process. Fall in love with, we're constantly doing lead generation. We're constantly doing outreach, trying to have new conversations and following up until we do have those new conversations. That's what leads to that lucky moment where you talk to that lay down lead. Otherwise, you're never going to get there. If you think just a handful of dials a day is going to get you to that lucky lay down lead, unfortunately, it's going to be few and far between. Based off of the KPIs that we have set for ourselves, the metrics that we track, it's about 1 in 100. So you have a 1% chance of having that lay down conversation. It's just not good odds. So no, it's not luck. It's that I'm constantly putting myself in that position to have that conversation, to close that lay down lead. So change your perspective on that. The second one is, don't buy PPL leads if you can't close like RJ. Okay, well, my argument against that is, without having these constant conversations and putting in those reps, how do you develop the skill set that I have over the years if you're not having those conversations? Do you think it's going to come through direct mail, cold calling, bandit signs? The fastest way to develop that skill set is by knowing that you're talking to a motivated seller. How do we do that? PPL is the best way to do that because you know they've already raised their hand and said they have a house that they want to sell. Everything else is a cold outreach. So you're going to be wasting your time talking to someone that might not even have a house that they want to sell. So don't say don't buy PPL if you don't have the skill set that RJ has. The way that you develop the skill set that I have is by knowing that every single time you dial the phone number, you're going to be talking to someone that has a house that they want to sell. So every single rep that you're putting in is helping you develop that skill set over the course of time. The next one is, well, RJ, it's easy for you to say that because you have money. PPL is expensive. It's easy for you to have all these conversations. Incorrect. We started from nothing. We have the true guru story where we started from nothing and built this up. So I really don't have a ton of sympathy for those of you that say, I'm starting from nothing. Well, guess what? That means you have even more of a reason to work harder, take more action. If you sit there and you feel sorry for yourself, of course you're never going to be lucky. We took action from day one. We borrowed money from my mom on a credit card. So she had to borrow the money to learn how to get deals off the MLS. And from that day forth, consistent as a tree, we have showed up every single day to develop what we have and build the organization that we have today. So if you sit there and you say, well, RJ, it's easy for you to do this because you have money, you're completely excusing all of the hard work and everything that we put into getting to this point today. That's why I'm so dead set on putting out consistent content every single day for you guys to show you what we did, how we did this, how we built this up. It wasn't by sitting there and looking at other successful people and saying you're lucky. It was by saying, how did you build that? How did you develop that skill set? How were you able to purchase PPL leads every single day? And when I give a tip like, hey, here's how you can go out and for $200 a month, you can buy $29 Speed Elite Coupon Club leads. If you can close 1 out of 25 using the closer's formula, and you can comp and underwrite using the web formula, and here's the PDF for free, which, by the way, you can pick up at titaniumu.com/toolkit. That's free that we give you guys. We're giving you the resources to be able to fast forward your progress to get you to that end result faster. That's how you get lucky. Moving away from some of the real estate stuff. Recently, I got to spend 10 days in Quebec with my son's travel hockey team. They played in the Pee Wee Quebec hockey tournament, the largest youth hockey tournament in the world. It was an incredible experience, 10 days. And I got actually told by a couple of people, just not maliciously, but man, RJ, you're so lucky to be able to get to do that with your kids and give them that experience. There's power in the words that you choose and that you use. Am I lucky? I don't know. I think I'd more say I'm blessed to be able to do that. But personally, I feel like we've earned that. If you rewind several years ago, we wouldn't have been able to do that. We earned that. While I was there, one night, I went down to the gift shop to buy some bottles of water. And a couple of the kids on Trinity's team were in there. And I heard them just kind of talking, and I sparked up a conversation. And we were going back and forth. And one of the kids says, man, RJ, I love watching your YouTube channel. And I was like, nah, no, you don't. You don't watch my YouTube channel. And at this point, we had left the gift shop. We were standing in the hotel lobby. And he looked me dead in the eyes and he said, consistent as a tree, man. You want to be successful at anything? Consistency is the key. You got to show up. You got to put in the work every single day. And no matter what you do, you can be successful at it as long as you're consistent as a tree. I'm not going to lie. I was somewhat emotional getting in the elevator to go back up to my room. Because, Cole, you were absolutely right, man. That is the key. You want to be lucky? You want to be lucky enough to be able to spend 10 days in another country so your kid can play hockey? You want to be able to close deals in all 50 states? You want to be able to close PPL better than anyone? Consistency is the key. Falling in love with the process and making sure that you're taking those actions that are necessary every single day is what will make you lucky to everyone else. The last one that I hear quite frequently is and rightfully so, I'm not even going to deny it. RJ, you're so lucky to have partners like Cassie, Nick, and Sema. Okay? I will also say no one ever told me that I was unlucky for all of the failed partnerships that I've had in the past 15 years of being an entrepreneur. It took work to create the partnership that I have with Cassie, and now over the past 14, 15 months with Nick and Sema. Took time, effort to find a way to properly communicate, to listen, to give them what they need so they can give me what I need, and to find a way to work together. And am I blessed to have them in my life? Yes. But partnerships are difficult. Just like everything that we read off here. Calling leads, PPL, having money, spending time with your loved ones and your family. All of this doesn't come easy. That's why there's so many people out there that will say, RJ, you're lucky. But when you look at it, there's one consistent theme over all of that. It's consistency. Falling in love with the process and making sure that every single day I'm taking the necessary actions to get those results. I'm showing up so someone out there can literally simplify it down to say, RJ, you're so lucky. So when I look at that, there's two things that go through my mind. One, I'm slightly offended that it gets simplified down to just luck. And then the other side of me looks at it and is grateful that I have the opportunity in front of me, that I live in a time and in a country that gives me the ability to create my own reality, where other people have the exact same opportunity from nothing to create something. Yeah, guess what? It's taken us 15 years as an entrepreneur to get here, 10 years in wholesaling to get here. Sure, I'm lucky. Break it down to that. That's fine. I'll continue being lucky. You want to say that. But I will say, you can absolutely guarantee is that I'm going to consistently show up every single day. I'm going to consistently put myself in a position to be lucky. Are you? Are you doing that every single day? Are you taking those actions? Are you developing those skill sets? And are you falling in love with the process? Because if you are, then luck's right around the corner for you. Hope you have a great St. Patrick's Day. Let me know in the comments what you enjoyed about today's episode. Make sure you give me a like on today's video. We'll see you guys tomorrow.